Hello and welcome. My name is Alan, and today we are going to talk a bit about what's been going on in professional wrestling. Still got a website loading up here. But we are going to look at each wrestling organization a bit here and see what's going on. I went ahead and popped open their YouTube channels. We're going to take a quick look at what they have on right now. New Japan Pro Wrestling's YouTube channel, when you first open it up, has a video playing of Ibushi versus Jon Moxley, I believe it was. Or Kenta. Jon Moxley versus Kenta. Come on. Go back to videos. Everything's so slow, so bear with me a moment. I'm talking through it here, so it don't act like I'm trying to play New Japan stuff, because I'm not. My internet's just crap. Okay, so Kenta versus Jon Moxley when you first open it up. Videos they have available. They still have the actual Moxley versus Kenta video on there. Jon Moxley invades New Japan Pro Wrestling Strong. Let's see, and they have videos on Kazuchika Okada still wants evil. Great Okan eliminates Hiroyoshi Tenzan. And these are all from the New Beginning in Nagoya, which I'm assuming must be a pay-per-view. And they have Will Ospreay survives a no DQ war with Satoshi Kojima. Hiroshi Tanahashi is the new Never Champ. But Great Okan awaits. So apparently there's a new title switch. Hiroshi Tanahashi as the new. Don't you click on that. My fingers. Kota Ibushi crashes SHO and Hiromu's confrontation. And this is another one from New Beginnings, or New Beginning in Nagoya. So yeah, they apparently just had a event, New Beginning in Nagoya. A bit of what's going on with New Japan as far as their YouTube channel shows. NWA, when you first open it up, it has NWA Shockwave Episode 3. The National Wrestling Alliance. Let's click on videos, see what they have going on. So they have the Shockwave episodes 1 through 4. But yeah, everything here is a bit old, so NWA stuff is going through very slowly. They just don't have a lot of content playing. MLW, when you first open it up, it has MLW Fusion 119, which also includes the Caribbean strap match between Holiday and Vega. Let's see what's in the video. Or videos. I don't think MLW does much as far as separate pieces, as breaking it down. It usually just shows every episode of Fusion, if I remember correctly, because I do watch a lot of MLW. My internet is so slow. There we go. No, it has individual videos. Okay, that's cool. We have from that last MLW Fusion, the one we mentioned that's when you first open it up. They have a number of videos. The Pro Wrestling Illustrated Top 10 for January 30th, 2021. King Mo talking about Low Ki. Daivari coming to MLW to be a member of Contra. Also, the Von Erichs did lose their belts here at a show or two before this most recent one. I watched that. They had Tom Lawler be the referee, but the Von Erichs lost their belt versus Los Parks. LA Park and El Hijo de LA Park. Or LA Park and son of LA Park. So let's look at Ring of Honor. When you first open it up, they do some updates and various things here. When you open up their YouTube, rankings updates, Vincent's warning. So let's click on, yeah, there we go. Click on videos. Everything's moving so slowly because I got so many tabs open, this poor computer. My internet's horrible anyway. Alright. Videos from the last few days. We have, they do a throwback video, Samoa Joe versus AJ Styles. They do a video which is a tribute to Joe Key's former trainer. They have a video on what's next for Jonathan Gresham and the Foundation. Video about being up close and personal with Danhausen. And a video on Brian Johnson's attack on Danhausen. So a lot going on here. A lot going on here for ROH. Let's look at Impact Wrestling. When you first open it up, they do a Hard to Kill full match. Brian Myers versus Josh Alexander from the Hard to Kill pay-per-view. Let's look at their videos. Bear with me here. Videos for Impact, which Impact and AEW is doing a lot of crossover events right now. So let's see what they've got from the last few days here. Kurt Angle versus Drew Galloway. A full match, which was February the 9th, 2016. Apparently, when Drew Galloway was still a member of Impact Wrestling, so. Let's see. They got a full episode of Impact. Says total nonstop deletion because it's got Matt Hardy in the video. Which this was from December the 15th is when the full episode was from. You also got not only Matt Hardy, but it looks like the Rock and Roll Express, Morton Gibson and Robert Gibbs. Ricky Morton. Sorry, Ricky, I forgot your name. I used to be such a big fan of the Rock and Roll Express back in the day when I was a kid. Let's see. They got a episode, classic Impact wrestling moments. Beer Money dethrones the Wolves for record-setting championship win. And then the last one they've got is Matt Hardy fires up Private Party. And Rosemary picks a fight from Impact backstage. So, that's what's going on Impact's YouTube. Let's look at AEW. When you first open it up, they've got the video from Where Were You when Sting made his shocking AEW debut. And when we go into the actual videos, let's see. They have last week's Dynamite. Let's see. And they talk about Sting returning to action at I think that's Revolution. Or maybe it is this upcoming Dynamite. I can't remember. But they're really pushing the Sting Darby feud with Team Taz. Which I think will be interesting. I'm not really looking for Sting to do a whole lot. I mean, the man is, what, 60? He's had so many injuries. But Darby's a great up-and-coming talent. You know, one of the top they've got right now. Ricky Starks. Absolutely one of the top heels in the company. I mean, the man just oozes charisma. Yeah, that'll be interesting. Then they also have a video for Wrestling with the Week, Scorpio Sky, and sorry, dude, I can't remember your name, but it's a little podcast. But let's open up the next YouTube channel we want to look at. CZW. When you first open up the YouTube channel, they've got a video for their 21st anniversary playing. And inside, they're all videos from months ago. You've got a match between T.J. Crawford and Gabriel Sykes from CZW Saturday Night Special. The newest video they've got is 7 months ago, so it's kind of like NWA. And that was Late Night with Larry Legend, episode 1. So CZW, there's not a whole lot going on right now. And let's look at WWE. They don't have anything that plays automatically when you first open it up. Interestingly. And let's go into videos. They have a huge library of material. A lot of the other channels were a few days ago or whatever. Just the first 10, 15, 16, 17, 18 videos are all from the last 24 hours. 18 videos. So the WWE's they've got a whole lot there. They've got, they're talking about the Royal Rumble 2021. They talk about the road to WrestleMania. But right now, it seems to be a lot of Royal Rumble talk. They've got the full match of Charlotte Flair versus Asuka from January 27th, 2020's Raw. They revealed the sign for WrestleMania 37. I've got a full match of Roman Reigns and the Usos versus King Corbin, Dolph Ziggler, and Robert Roode from January 31st, 2020 SmackDown. And they've got a top 10 here, superstar team-ups for Royal Rumble Eliminations top 10. But yeah, just a variety of things. It's where they're so much bigger, they've got so much money, they can put so much more stuff out. But yeah. There's a look at their YouTube channels, all these wrestling organizations. Let's look at some news here. Oh, let's go first to WrestlingNews.co and look at basic wrestling news. Uh, Most of what they've got's from December of 2020, the most recent. So nothing really new on just like generic other stuff. So let's look at Impact. I thought I clicked Impact, but apparently I'm on WWE. Go figure. Most recent stuff for WWE today. They'll be doing live coverage and the WWE Royal Rumble results. Also today, WWE news on 3 names seen at the backstage ahead of tonight's Royal Rumble. Also today, Becky Lynch returning soon to WWE. Another one from today, they talk about a top WWE star returning tonight for the Royal Rumble. There's also a surprise entrant for the Royal Rumble that will make fans happy. I don't know if that's supposed to be similar to that same story. They seem to keep alluding to that. Let's see. They've got 2K Games working on the new WWE video game ahead of tonight's Royal Rumble. Let's see. Also from today, Charlotte Flair comments on if the WWE needs Ronda Rousey right now. So yeah, let's see what they've got on some of the other organizations. NWA. NWA used to be the biggest wrestling organization nationwide. Bigger than anything. Now it struggles. Let's see. All of them are pretty old. They talk about Allison Kay now being a free agent from the NWA. Marty Bell now being a free agent from the NWA. And that was all from November of 2020. And yeah, the most recent one as well. Huge loss for the NWA as Maureen Tracy leaves the company. Let me click on that, see what it says. I'm guessing she was backstage or a writer. And my slow internet. There we go. Maureen Tracy, described by many as the heart of the NWA, has announced she's leaving the promotion. Uh, Director of Operations. Future opportunities will come in the wrestling business if he chooses to stay. Yeah. Like I said, the NWA used to be the top wrestling organization in um, the nation, probably in the world. But with the growth, with WCW breaking off, becoming its own entity, and the WWE growing, it just died slowly. And it's still in the death throes. I don't know if it'll stay around. It really worries me. Let's see. Look at MLW. MLW touts Lio Rush winning the World Middleweight Championship from Myron Reed. That was at their pay-per-view championship of the Coliseum of Kings or whatever. Or Kings of Coliseum is what it was. Selena De La Renta to serve as executive producer of one of the MLW fusions, which that one's already passed. And uh, Mil Muertes to make his MLW debut on Fusion, which that one's already passed as well. So they've got old news for MLW. Let's see, who else we got? New Japan. What have they got for New Japan Pro Wrestling? Some pretty good recent news. Former WWE star to make New Japan Pro Wrestling Strong debut, which apparently is Lio Rush because that's who they mentioned. Latest on New Japan Pro Wrestling's new United States television deal. That was the 29th, yesterday, or day before, because right now I'm recording this on the 31st. And then the most recent one was talking about New Japan announces a date for Jon Moxley versus Kenta. Let's look at Ring of Honor. It's about like MLW, nothing too new, but still within this same month. Bandito signs new deal with ROH. ROH stars now free agent. They're talking about Dalton Castle. O'Shea Edwards talks about his experience in the ROH bubble, joining Shane Taylor Promotions. And former ROH World Champion files trademark for his ring name, Dalton Castle. Which I think a lot of these wrestlers should have the right to their names and their gimmicks. It shouldn't be ownership of a company. Let's look at AEW, what they've had going on here. Some of their recent ones. Amanda Huber details the final months of Brody Lee's life and sets the record straight on the non-COVID-19 lung infection he had. MJF reacts to fake Facebook page roasting WWE. There will be a lumberjack match announced for AE Dynamite Beach Break. So specifically this upcoming Dynamite. Lance Archer. Who is? Oh yeah, it's the Lance Archer versus. Is it going to be Lance Archer versus Eddie Kingston? They're going to have a lumberjack match where no one can really interfere. Is that what's going on? Oh yeah. What else we got? Jon Moxley, Pac, and Rey Fenix versus Kenny Omega and the Good Brothers. A tag team battle royal, and the winning tag team gets a shot at the AEW tag team titles. Nice. Britt Baker faces Thunder Rosa. I get the feeling Rosa's going to kick her around, but Baker will win. They've just set up Britt Baker as that kind of heel. Wedding of Kip Sabian and Penelope Ford. So yeah, go back, see what else we had for AEW, according to WrestlingNews.co, which is right now where I'm getting all this information. Will Hobbs talks about his brother dying while taking a bullet for him on this week's Talk is Jericho podcast. And Rey Fenix, Thunder Rosa, and more in action on the upcoming episode of AEW Dark. So cool. And the last one to look at from WrestlingNews.co is WWE. Which, again, where it's so big, there's so much news. Most of this we did talk about, though. So, okay. Let's go over to another wrestling news site, WrestlingInc.com. See what they have. WWE star contracts is expiring after WrestleMania. Ooh. Click on that, see who this could be. Cesaro. His contract will expire shortly after WrestleMania. So that's interesting. Will they keep Cesaro or try to re-sign him? That's cool. Go back. Let's see what else they have. And again, this is WrestlingInc.com. INC as in Incorporated. Let's see. Royal Rumble kickoff video. New Rumble entrant revealed. No, I don't want to put the SmackDown on my ad blocker. You know, I got the ad blocker for a reason. But all these websites, if you look up any kind of news on anything, it's like, disable your ad blocker. No. Let's look at ringsidenews.com. CM Punk getting the ring rust off. From a story today by H. Jenkins. Is he looking at a return to the wrestling ring? Uh, do, 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 do. Well, they're talking about him being in the Star Series Hills, which, of course, if you know anything about wrestling, the Hill is supposed to be a villain. Okay, so that's what he was really doing. Okay. It's not a return to the ring or anything, so. Live results for the Rumble and everything, according to available on ringsidenews.com as well. Jey Uso seemingly pulled from a Royal Rumble match. Is one of today's articles on that site. Do, do, do. Just a lot of talk of the Royal Rumble. Yeah, Royal Rumble, interspersed with the occasional, Kurt Angle says Brock Lesnar breaking his neck led to painkiller addiction. I've got one in here. Alexa Bliss gets ready for Rumble with stunning, revealing photo. But yeah. And then just variations on the whole Royal Rumble thing, so. Becky Lynch on her way back to WWE, and The Rock's reported mindset concerning a WWE return. But that was from ringsidenews.com. And let's look at another one, bleacherreport.com. What have you got? Darby Allin talks working with Sting ahead of a tag team match. WWE legend Rey Mysterio reveals his Mount Rushmore, I'm assuming for wrestling. featuring Eddie Guerrero grading SmackDown. Paige doesn't think Goldberg should fight Drew McIntyre. Talking about live streaming the Royal Rumble on BleacherReport.com. WWE WrestleMania 37 storylines to emerge from 2021. Picks for Goldberg versus Drew McIntyre. Quick takes on Brock Lesnar. Edge's Royal Rumble returns. Orton Edge to kick off Royal Rumble as the first two entrants. Mia Yim tests positive for COVID-19, won't compete in the Royal Rumble. Okay. Again, a lot of news on the Royal Rumble. But that'll be most of everything I wanted to talk to you about with wrestling for the month. So I know I hadn't talked about wrestling in a while, so just figured we'd take a look at it and see what was going on. Try to get some news and everything, but I'll see you all in the next video. Until then, later.